of 11th class. I am Pardeep Kaul and lecturer in chemistry, and today we are going to start a new unit, and the new unit is equilibrium. And as far as today's topic is concerned, we will go for introduction of this topic, and then we will discuss physical equilibrium. So going to the topic, to the new unit, that is equilibrium. Now suppose I have a reaction taking place. Say these are reactants and they react together and form products. What we see in reactions? In reactions, what we see that when reactions take place, the concentration of reactants that goes on decreasing and the concentration of products goes on increasing. In other words, we can say that with the passage of time, what happens? Our reactants, they disappear because they get consumed, and that results in the appearance of products, that is, products are formed. In terms of concentration, we can say that the concentration of reactants keeps on decreasing and that of products that goes on increasing. So this is how a reaction takes place. So when reaction takes place, what we say? We say that the reaction has completed. So in day-to-day life, in reactions, what we find that after some time, reactions get completed. This means that reactants, they react together, they may decompose, they may combine, and they result in the formation of products. But if the same reaction is done, because this reaction has not been done in a closed container, this is the reaction that has been done in open. But if the same reaction is done in closed containers, and mostly which containers? The insulated containers like thermos flask. Now suppose this is again a reaction, but this reaction is taking place in a closed container. In a closed container like thermos flask. Thermos flask. Now when the same reaction is carried out in a closed container, the reaction does not get completed. That means that these may react, our reactants may react and form products, but it doesn't mean that the reaction has completed. In closed containers, what happens? The reactants may recombine, the reactants may redecompose and form these reactants. Let me put it like this, that in closed containers, when reactions take place in insulated atmosphere, what happens? Reactants may react and form products, but products may again form the reactants, and even the concentration becomes constant. The concentration may become constant in reactants and products at constant temperature and pressure. At constant temperature and pressure, what may happen? Concentration may become constant. This is how a reaction takes place in a closed container. Under these conditions means under constant temperature, under constant pressure, and in a closed container, and under these conditions, the reaction is said to be in the state of equilibrium. Now, broadly discussing equilibrium, it is a state. Equilibrium is a state. If we define equilibrium, it is a state that represents, equilibrium is a state that represents it is the let me put it like this in simple words. What is an equilibrium? An equilibrium represents a state. Equilibrium represents a state in the process when what happens? When observable properties like color, color is an observable property. Temperature, this is another observable property. Pressure, concentration, etc. do not show any change. When during a process, these properties, the observable properties like color, temperature, the pressure, the concentration and other observable property, when they do not show any change, then that state is known as equilibrium state. We say that this is the state of equilibrium. Now, if the process, let me put equilibrium in other words, in terms of rate of reaction. Rate of reaction. Now, as I just told you, that when reactants combine, they form products in a closed container. But products may recombine, they may redecompose, they may rearrange to form the reactants back. But when the reaction proceeds, that is forward reaction. And when the reaction comes back, that is backward reaction. That is, in a reversible process, we have two half reaction. One half reaction is the forward reaction, this reaction, that is when reactant form products, and other half reaction is backward reaction when products again give rise to the formation of reactants. But now let me put equilibrium in terms of rate of reaction. Now when the rate of forward reaction, becomes equal to the rate of backward reaction, such a state or such a stage is known as the state of equilibrium. So what happens? In the beginning, the rate is slow, then it becomes fast, and finally products are formed. Then rate again increases slowly and forms reactants. So this process continues until a stage is reached when the rate of forward reaction becomes equal to the rate of backward reaction, and that stage or that state is known as the state of equilibrium. Now, suppose this is a reversible reaction. This is another reversible reaction. Here A and B has combined to form products, and in other case C and D has combined to form product. Both are reversible processes. Now suppose this is in the state of equilibrium and there has been observed a change. There has been observed a change, and which change? The physical change. If the change is in physical state, if the process involves physical change, suppose this process has involved physical change. Physical means suppose it was solid, it has become liquid, or it was liquid, it has become vapor. So it has changed its physical state. If there is change in physical state, if the process involves change in physical state, such an equilibrium is known as physical equilibrium. Physical equilibrium. What is physical equilibrium? It is an equilibrium where there is involvement of change in physical state. And when there is involvement of change in chemical state, then such an equilibrium is known as chemical equilibrium. So we have physical equilibrium and chemical equilibrium. For example, in physical equilibrium, this is ice. When we heat ice, say at 0 degrees centigrade, what happens? It changes into water. But at this temperature, at this constant temperature of 0 degrees centigrade or 273 Kelvin, what happens? The water and ice, they exist. That is, now ice changes into water, but immediately the water again forms the ice. So at every stage there is ice and water present during the reaction when this reaction is carried out in a closed container. So what has happened in this reaction? Ice has changed. What is the chemical formula of ice? H2O. What is the chemical formula of water? H2O. Now H2O has changed to water. So what is the change? Change is in the physical state. Here it was in solid state, but now it is in liquid state. So this is an example of physical equilibrium. Let me illustrate this, that is chemical equilibrium. This is nitrogen combining with hydrogen to form ammonia. This is through Haber's process. In this reaction, what we find when the reaction has taken place, this is a gas, this is again a gas, this is again a gas. But there is a lot of change in gases. Here it is nitrogen, here it is hydrogen, but here there is neither nitrogen nor hydrogen. A third gas is there. So there is a complete change in physical state. Here ammonia has been formed. So this is an example of chemical equilibrium. Now, in a closed container, actually what happens? Why there is equilibrium in closed container? What happens in the closed container? In the closed container, the process becomes reversible. For example, I just told you that if reactants combine, they form products in a closed container, and the products again form reactants. So actually what happens in this process? During this process, the process becomes reversible. Reversible means reactant form products and products again form reactants. And finally a state is reached, that is reactant form product and product form these reactants back. But ultimately a stage is reached when rate of forward reaction or F becomes equal to the rate of backward reaction. And when this state is reached, when this stage is reached, this stage is known as the state of equilibrium. So this is how equilibrium is attained. Now coming back to physical equilibrium. Physical equilibrium. Now let me say that solid liquid physical equilibrium. This can be one of the physical equilibria. Then another type in this category will be liquid gas. Liquid gas physical equilibrium, and then we can have another physical a type of physical equilibrium, that will be solid, change of solid directly into gas equilibrium. So in all these cases, what we find, that there is change in physical state. Here it is solid, it has become liquid. It is liquid, it has become gas. It is solid, it has become gas. Let me give some examples of solid liquid physical equilibrium. Say, let me take an solid. This is solid. Ice. Ice is a well-known solid, ice. When we heat solid, this solid, that is this ice, this is in solid state, at 0 degrees centigrade, what happens? It changes to water, which is in liquid state. This is liquid. Now at 0 degrees C, when the reaction takes place in an insulated container, what happens? The rate, slowly and steadily, first ice converts into water, and water again forms, changes into solid at 0 degrees C. The temperature has been kept constant. Now a stage is reached when the rate of melting of ice into water and changing of water into solid, that becomes equal. When both the rates become equal, we say that this is solid liquid physical equilibrium. So in physical equilibrium, this is solid liquid. Please remember that delta G always should be equal to 0. That is, change in Gibbs free energy should be 0. That means that if it's G1 is say 20, here G2 should be 20. And what will be the delta G? 20 minus 20, that will give you 0. So the Gibbs free energy should be same in solid state as well as in liquid state. So in physical equilibrium, the delta G, that is change in Gibbs free energy, that must always be equal. So it is an example of solid liquid physical state. Coming to liquid gas physical state, let me take some liquid, say water. Water in liquid state. Let me heat it, say at a temperature of 100 degrees centigrade, or if we change it into Kelvin, it will be 373 Kelvin. What water forms? It forms vapors. What is the formula of vapors? H2O. What is the formula of water? H2O. But the state has changed. The physical state has changed. It has converted into gas. So at 100 degrees C, in a closed container, if this reaction takes place, what happens? Water changes into vapors, and vapors again form this water. So this process continues, and that state is known as physical equilibrium state. Now coming to this last, that is solid gas physical equilibrium. I will have to take those solids which directly change into gas without going into the intermediate stage. What should be the intermediate stage between solid and gas? That is your liquid. So no liquid will be formed. There are many solids which on heating directly they directly change into vapors. For example, I have iodine. Now this is iodine. This is in solid state. Now when it is heated at its it is heated at a temperature of more than its melting point, it changes into molecular iodine, I2. And this I2 is in gaseous form. That is, these are iodine vapors, we may say. Or in other words, we can say sublimation has taken place. So this is an example of solid gas physical equilibrium. Let me take another example of this solid gas physical equilibrium. This is C14H10. This is anthracene. Anthracene in solid state. When it is heated at a certain temperature, what happens? It again changes to the same molecular formula, that is C10 C14H10, again anthracene, but not in solid state. It is in vapor. These are anthracene vapors. Then in addition to anthracene, we can take naphthalene also. This is naphthalene. C10H8 in solid state. Naphthalene in solid state. When it is heated in a closed container, it again forms vapors of C10H8. That is naphthalene. What is the difference between these two? There is a difference, there is a change in physical state. This was in solid state and this is in liquid state. And it is all for today. Thank you very much.